Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I am Adam McCauley. He's Stephen Howson. We're outside Old Trafford. We're through to the last 16 of the Europa League. 5-0, Stephen Howson, 5-0 FC. 8 goals at home in the last 2 games. No goals conceded. It's not bad, is it?
That isn't bad, actually. I didn't think of it like that. It's been all right, I guess. And is that the lift that we've had from, like, I was going to say one signing in Bruno, but realistically it's 2 signings because our own Nigerian nightmare buried it today. And I actually think this isn't a diss at Marshall, but people are going to interpret that because that's what they like to do. I don't think Marshall scores that goal. I don't think he's on the ball enough to do that. I thought his movement today shown exactly why Ollie wants that style of number 9, that style of option. I thought he was fucking quality tonight. And I think Bruno's...
Ighalo! You've only come to see Ighalo!
Come to see Ighalo!
You've only come to see Ighalo! Come to see Ighalo!
We really did only come to see Ighalo, didn't we?
Mate, I don't think I've ever been happier.
Bruno!
I don't think I've ever been happier for someone I didn't know scoring their first goal, ever.
Felt like his old man there, like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Oh, well done, son.
I was about to cry a little bit. And when I seen it was him, I thought, like, when the ball come past from Jesse for the 4th goal for Fred, I initially thought it was Ighalo making a run towards the ball. I thought, oh my God, not again. And then,
Do you know, there was one where Matta played it. There's been some... This is going to get lost in everything that happens tonight because we made this look easy, but this was a difficult fixture. Coming into this, there was reservations from people going, this could go wrong.
we were helped a lot by the red card in the first half, weren't we? But
Yeah, look, let's be honest, mate. The tie was over before that red card. The tie was in United's hands well before that red card, and that's what people are going to say to dismiss this. But ultimately, we put them in that position because we were fucking class, and that's the top of it. So I'm really delighted with that performance tonight because I thought that was a bit of a throwback to what we saw in Ollie's first dozen games. I thought that was really incisive, one-touch football in and around the final third, very direct, very aggressive, and very quick. And I think the 2 latest signings of Ollie's epitomise that. I think the both of them properly epitomise that aggressive, one-touch, quick final third football, Ighalo and Bruno, and that's what was the most pleasing thing. And at the back, obviously, another clean sheet. I thought Aaron Maguire dealt with everything that came near him today, and I would love to see Bailly and Maguire work as a partnership going forward because I think Maguire's got that calming influence on Bailly, because let's be honest, he's a fucking wild man, innit? But I think he just keeps that wild man side of him tame just enough to allow him.
I mentioned that to Dean today, that I feel like Maguire's started to settle now. He gets through games without seeming to try, and that's what you want to see from that type of defender. But you make an interesting point about Bailly, and before Bailly came back, I thought Maguire and Bailly, or Lindelof and Bailly, has to be one of those two now. Maguire's a captain. Do you agree with that going forward?
Yeah, because I always have a couple of reservations about the physicality of Lindelof and how he is in the air. I think dealing with balls in the channels, I think he's excellent. I think his reading of the game's really good, and he's quite good on the ball as well. I think he's got a lot of real good characteristics, but he's got a couple of flaws as well. And that's not that Bay's not perfect. I don't think Bay can step out of the defence with him. No, they're not. And certainly not at this current Manchester United side, apart from maybe Bruno, who's fucking absolutely double mint. But I think what Bay offers in terms of pure defending is very similar to almost what you get there with Wan-Bissaka, where you go, do you know what, on the ball he can definitely be better. But in terms of pure defending, which is what a defender's job is, don't listen to what the Scousers are saying, a defender's job is to defend first. There is no coincidence that United are racking up the clean sheets this season, which we are doing, which is pleasing to see, because that means if we can start scoring at the other end of the pitch, we're going to win games. It's simple as that. Keep a clean sheet, score goals, win games. It's not fucking difficult.
Luke Shaw's performances have improved massively recently, I feel. Today, he looked better today as well. Brandon Williams has not only come in and shown he's very good, but he seems to have got a little bit more out of Luke Shaw as well, that competition.
This, obviously because of ties with Brandon, people are going to go, oh, you're just going to fucking hate on Luke Shaw. I think his first touch is shit. Think back to some of the first touches.
But his performance, look, Lukaku can have a great period of time, but Luke Shaw's performances have improved.
Let me get it out. I think they have improved. I think people have over-egged how much they've improved. But isn't it worrying that the emergence of someone is what it takes for him to step up? Isn't it worrying that his attitude just isn't what you've got in Brandon and what you've got in Mason and what you've got in a couple of other players, where it's just professional? He's unprofessional. And that's what worries me about the guy, is that every single manager this guy's had has had to challenge him. Every single manager that this guy has had to force him into becoming a better professional footballer. This guy is paid what we would all love to have hitting our bank account every Friday morning, to do what we would all dream to do. And he treats it like shit. which is why I find it well difficult to take to him, to defend him, to even want to see him on the fucking team.
Performances have been better. Black and white performances have been better. Whatever you want to talk about, and you know, he's seemingly showing that he can be a part of this squad now. When I had written him off, to be honest,
I'll just say okay.
I don't know. You don't agree? That's fine. Bruno Fernandes, something we will agree on, is that 4 games, 2 goals, 2 assists for him now. And then you've got to look at his influence in the all-round play, because that pass for Mata to knock it back to Ighalo was immense.
Can we go to the fucking contentious decisions board and get him an assist awarded for that? Because that was fucking belting.
In America, they get pre-assists, don't they?
Yeah, I'm bringing it in. I'm bringing it in tonight.
It was fantastic. Is that what we've been looking for in there, or do you just feel he's lifted everyone?
And again, talking about attitude of people who's obviously injured, but obviously don't want to fucking be here at the same time. And if we'd have had Bruno from August, or even POGBA from August, fit every week, available every single week, would we be only 3 points off top 4? No. Would we be 3 points off top 4? And we've been unlucky with injuries, and POGBA is one of those that's injured, and we've been unlucky with that. But his attitude prior to that wasn't perfect anyway. If we'd have had that level of player available, and it's mouth-watering to think that you may have, at least for a couple of months, I think, Bruno and POGBA could play
start
together.
Doing transfer dealings with fax machines again in the summer. Before you go, Europa League, last 16. I'm not sure who the other teams are in there. I've seen Inter were losing at some point, Arsenal, but we're in the last 16. Is this the main way in?
No, I don't think it is. No, I think we can finish. Not only do I think we can finish inside.
Would you rather finish top 4, get Europa?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'd rather get Europa, trophy.
Well, no, I'd rather win a trophy, but I think you've got to. The mark of a team isn't whether you fluked a trophy or not, and you can fluke trophies. We fluke trophies, other teams have fluke trophies. But the mark of a team is what you do in the league. No one's ever fucking fluked a league.
Liverpool fluke in the Premier League trophy.
No, they're not. Do you even look at? I don't look above seconds. You're weird, you. Like,
I don't look above Chelsea.
All we got to do, mate, is finish inside that top 4. Then no matter what happens with them blue twats down the road for their fucking bent accounting, then we can know that we've deserved to be in the Champions League ourselves next year. And that is something to build on. I don't think coming 6th again, because people are going to be like, oh, you finished 6th. Everything's down to where you finish in the league. So let's finish 4th. Let's have a good run in the FA Cup. And let's have a good run at the Europa, because we can win this thing. We can win it. Whether we do or not, we're going to need a little bit of luck, and we're going to have some good performances. Let's see.
We're going to Gdansk.
Yeah, man.
Chill, man. Nice one.